In this quick tip, I'm going to show you how to remove lights from surface reflections. So right here, I have a point light that's casting a reflection, this highlight right here, on the wall. And I don't want this highlight to show up and be reflected on the surfaces. This will often be done when you have a small area light, such as the static mesh with emissive property, or some other small lights, and you want to simulate more light coming off of them and to create that fake additional light from the static mesh. So right here, this is a static mesh with emissive property, and it gives off some nice reflections on the ceiling here, but there's just not enough light coming off from this in order to have more red showing up around it. So a common way is you would insert a point light or a spotlight to create that additional glow. So I have a point light and I turned off cast shadows, I disabled it, as well as I adjusted the intensity and the radius and gave the light color to be red in order to simulate this effect. So it's essentially a faked light to give myself the illusion that there's more light coming off from this wall light. However, there is a problem, which is that highlight on the reflected surfaces. And to turn that off, there are two ways. Number one is select the light, and then inside the properties, you would increase soft source radius and give yourself a higher value. That will remove that highlight from reflected surfaces. So that's one way. Another way is if you search for specular and turn the specular scale off to 0. This will also remove that reflected highlight from the surrounding surfaces of the light while still emitting light. Now, you don't want to do this to every light. So for example, this light right here, this rectangular light, I do want it to show up inside surfaces surrounding it because it creates that highlight that is coming from this light source. So I would of course want to keep this on, but for other lights, the small static meshes, small light sources, and static meshes that have emissive property, you will want to control that highlight, and often you will want to turn it off. And that's how you do it. Turn off specular scale to 0 or adjust the soft source radius.